How to attract money. Effortlessly, using quantum physics. What if money wasn't something you had to chase, but something that was already chasing you? What if every moment of doubt, every "I can't afford it," every "maybe one day," was not just a thought, but a command you were unconsciously sending to the quantum field, telling it to keep abundance away? That might sound strange at first, but stay with me. Because once you understand how the universe really works, once you see how your energy, your focus, and your emotions shape reality, you'll realize that money isn't earned only through effort. It's attracted through alignment. This isn't wishful thinking. This is science meeting consciousness, quantum physics revealing what spiritual teachers have been saying for centuries, that everything is energy, vibrating at frequencies that respond to your dominant state of being. When you learn to tune your energy to the vibration of abundance, prosperity begins to flow naturally. It's not magic, and it's not luck. It's resonance. The same principle that allows your radio to pick up a frequency when tuned to the right station also governs the attraction of wealth. You must become the frequency of what you want. Think about people like Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, or Richard Branson. They didn't just work hard. They worked from alignment. They carried a mental and emotional blueprint that matched success before success ever arrived. The universe simply rearranged itself to reflect what they already believed to be true. This video isn't about shortcuts or get-rich-quick illusions. It's about understanding how reality itself responds to your consciousness, and how you can shift from effort to effortless attraction, from scarcity to overflow, from hoping for money to magnetizing it. You're about to see that the key to wealth has always been within you. Not outside, not in the economy, not in luck, but in your frequency. The science of quantum physics proves it. The success stories of millionaires demonstrate it. And today, you'll feel it. So, take a deep breath, open your mind, and prepare to discover how to attract money effortlessly, using the principles that govern the very fabric of existence. Because the moment you understand this, your reality will never be the same again. Topic 1. The quantum nature of wealth. Why money is energy, not matter. Most people live their entire lives believing money is something they must pursue, something distant, limited, and controlled by others. But that belief is a lie. Money is not a physical object. It's energy, it's vibration, it's consciousness responding to consciousness. The moment you understand that, the way you attract wealth will never be the same again. Let's start with a truth that science and spirituality finally agree on. Everything in existence is made of energy. Whether it's a mountain, a diamond, a sound, or a thought, everything vibrates at a specific frequency. Quantum physics has proven that the universe is not a collection of solid things, but an ocean of vibrating energy, a quantum field of possibilities waiting to take form according to the frequencies we emit. This means that money, success, opportunities, and even your sense of prosperity are not separate from you. They're part of the same field you're generating every second through your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When scientists studied subatomic particles, they discovered something extraordinary. The deeper they looked into matter, the less solid it became. What appeared to be a thing was actually 99.99999% empty space, waves of potential energy waiting to be shaped by consciousness. This is called the observer effect. Simply put, the act of observation influences the outcome. Your attention, your focus, determines what becomes real. And that means your financial reality, your opportunities, and your results are literally being created by what you focus on and how you feel about it. You might not realize it, but every time you think about money, you send out an energetic signal into that quantum field. When that signal is built on fear, worry, or frustration, it communicates scarcity. And because energy always matches frequency, scarcity attracts more scarcity. But when your signal is built on gratitude, joy, faith, and confidence, you're vibrating in harmony with abundance, and abundance flows back. It's not a theory. It's the same universal law that governs magnetism, gravity, and resonance. You receive what you are in frequency, not what you wish for in words. Think of your mind as a transmitter and your heart as an amplifier. Every thought creates a vibration, and every emotion strengthens it. When you combine a thought like "I am abundant" with the emotion of gratitude, you activate a magnetic field that literally pulls new circumstances toward you. Opportunities, ideas, and people begin to align themselves with your energetic signal. You've probably noticed that when you're confident and joyful, things just flow. And when you're anxious or desperate, everything feels blocked. That's not coincidence, that's coherence. You're either in tune with prosperity or out of tune with it. Let's take a real-world example. Before Tesla became the global empire it is today, Elon Musk was billions in debt. He faced public ridicule and professional collapse, but he didn't allow his energy to match scarcity. He visualized success, he held faith in unseen outcomes, and he acted from belief rather than fear. That's quantum alignment in motion. He was vibrating at the frequency of success before success appeared. The quantum field, the field of infinite possibilities, simply rearranged itself to match his state. When you hold a thought long enough with emotional conviction, the universe has no choice but to reflect it. The same principle applies on every level. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women in the world, often says she became wealthy the moment she stopped feeling poor. She didn't wait for millions to feel abundant. She chose the vibration of gratitude before the evidence appeared. That emotional shift changed her frequency, and reality followed. This is what I call energetic leadership. You lead your reality through emotion, not reaction. You align before you receive. Quantum physicist David Bohm once said that reality is not made of things but of processes, invisible patterns of information constantly unfolding. Money, then, is not a thing to possess, but a process to align with. It's the physical reflection of how much energy, value, and coherence you're offering to the world. When your vibration is clear and consistent, money naturally gravitates toward you, because the universe operates on resonance, not resistance. You become magnetic. Imagine two tuning forks. Strike one in the note of A, and another nearby begins to vibrate automatically at the same pitch. That's resonance. Now imagine your thoughts as tuning forks. Every thought of abundance sends out a vibration that activates matching energy in the quantum field. The more consistently you vibrate at that level, through thoughts of gratitude, success, and self-worth, the more reality aligns with that tone. But when your inner dialogue is filled with doubt, guilt, or fear, you're striking dissonant notes, and the field mirrors that discord. This is why most people struggle with money. They try to solve a vibrational problem with physical effort. They work harder, push more, worry constantly, all while radiating frequencies of lack. It's like trying to tune a radio while it's turned off. No matter how much you twist the dial, you'll never hear the music. Effort without energetic alignment only amplifies frustration. That's why people burn out and never seem to move forward. The solution is to raise your vibration first, to feel rich, think rich, act rich, not out of pretense, but out of alignment with your future self. Warren Buffett once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." On the surface, it sounds like practical advice, but on a deeper level, it's a quantum truth. Investing in your mindset, your peace, and your energy multiplies everything else. Buffett's calm confidence, his frequency of stability, is what allows him to attract success even in chaos. While others panic, he stays centered, and that vibration creates wealth. His energy governs his outcomes more than market trends ever could. So the next time you check your bank account or think about bills, pause. Don't react. Instead, remember that what you're seeing is just a snapshot of past vibrations, an echo of who you were, not who you're becoming. If you want that number to grow, change the signal you're sending. Feel abundant now before the results appear. The field responds instantly to vibration but takes time to show evidence. Keep holding that vibration long enough, and you'll witness reality bending to meet it. When you finally understand that money is energy, not matter, everything shifts. You stop chasing and start aligning. You stop doubting and start allowing. You stop asking, "Where will it come from?" and start trusting that it's already on its way. The universe is not withholding abundance. It's simply waiting for you to vibrate in tune with it. The moment you do, doors open, people appear, ideas flow, and wealth becomes effortless. Because it was never outside of you. It was always within, in your frequency, in your focus, and in your faith. Topic 2. The science of vibration. How your thoughts create wealth in the quantum field. If you truly want to attract money effortlessly, you must understand one thing. You are a vibrating being living in a vibrating universe. Every thought you think, Every emotion you feel, every belief you hold radiates energy into the quantum field. That field is constantly listening, responding, and mirroring your vibration back to you. What you perceive as life happening is, in truth, your own consciousness echoing through reality. Quantum physics teaches that all particles exist as waves of potential until they are observed. Observation collapses possibility into form. This means that your mind, when focused, acts as an energetic observer. It decides which of the infinite possibilities in the field becomes your lived experience. Every time you hold a dominant thought, whether of wealth or of lack, you collapse the field into that version of reality. The universe doesn't choose randomly, it mirrors you precisely. But here's the part that most people miss. It's not the thought alone that creates, it's the emotion that powers it. Thought is the direction, emotion is the fuel. A thought without feeling is like a seed without soil. It cannot grow. You might say, I want to be rich, but if deep down you feel fear, guilt, or disbelief, that emotion overrides the words. The field responds not to your wishes, but to your frequency. That's why two people can take the same actions, follow the same advice, and one becomes wealthy while the other stays stuck. The difference isn't strategy, it's vibration. The science behind this is beautifully simple. The human brain generates measurable electrical and magnetic fields. Your thoughts produce an electric charge, your emotions produce a magnetic field. Together, they create an electromagnetic signature, a vibrational blueprint that interacts directly with the quantum field. When your mind and heart are in coherence, meaning your thoughts and emotions align, your signal becomes clear and powerful. You become a walking transmitter of abundance. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls broadcasting a new reality. When your inner state of gratitude, confidence, and joy becomes stronger than your old state of worry and fear, the field reorganizes to match your new broadcast. You start attracting circumstances, people, and opportunities that resonate with your vibration. You're not manipulating the universe, you're harmonizing with it. You're speaking its language, energy. Think of it this way. If you tune a radio to 98.7 FM, you can't hear what's being broadcast on 102.5 FM. It's not that the station isn't transmitting, you're just on the wrong frequency. Money, success, and prosperity are frequencies. When you vibrate with thoughts of abundance, you tune in to the channel where wealth already exists. You begin to perceive opportunities that were invisible before. You start to feel inspired ideas, meet people at the right time, and experience synchronicities that seem like miracles. But they're simply physics responding to coherence. Let's look at how the wealthy use this principle, often without even realizing it. Think of Richard Branson. He radiates enthusiasm, curiosity, and joy. That emotional state is magnetic, literally. He expects great things to happen, and because he expects it, the field aligns with him. The same with Oprah Winfrey. Her signature frequency is gratitude. For decades, she has spoken about maintaining an attitude of thankfulness. Gratitude isn't just a virtue, it's a frequency of abundance. It signals to the universe, I already have more than enough. That vibration attracts more. Gratitude expands reality. Now contrast that with someone who constantly complains about lack, inflation, or unfairness. Their energy contracts. Their vibration becomes dense, heavy, and resistant. Even if they work hard, the field mirrors scarcity back to them. Their actions produce little result because they're broadcasting confusion instead of clarity. The universe doesn't punish, it simply reflects. This is why mindset alone is not enough. You can repeat affirmations all day, but if your emotional frequency is still anchored in fear, nothing changes. To create wealth in the quantum field, your thoughts, emotions, and actions must become one signal, one coherent vibration of belief. When your mind thinks rich, your heart feels rich, and your behavior reflects richness, the field can only deliver richness in return. It's universal law. There's also a biological side to this. Neuroscience shows that your thoughts physically rewire your brain. Every time you think a thought, you strengthen neural pathways. Repetition of empowering thoughts builds a brain primed for abundance. Repetition of fear builds one wired for scarcity. Your mind becomes the machine that generates your frequency, and your body, through emotion, becomes the amplifier. This is why meditation, visualization, and gratitude practices are so powerful. They tune your entire system to abundance before the evidence arrives. Tony Robbins often says, "Where focus goes, energy flows." He's right. But quantum physics adds something even deeper. Where energy flows, matter forms. Your focus is not passive, it's creative. Each thought you nurture plants a seed in the quantum field. When you water that seed with emotion and consistent attention, it sprouts as experience. The more emotion you give it, the faster it manifests. So ask yourself right now, what are you broadcasting to the universe today? Are you sending signals of trust, generosity, and growth, or fear, resistance, and doubt? Because the field cannot deliver abundance to someone vibrating in scarcity. You cannot attract prosperity while radiating lack. You must become the vibration of what you seek. When you think wealthy, feel wealthy, and act wealthy, your energy becomes magnetic. And the law of resonance guarantees that wealth will find you. Look at Jeff Bezos. Before Amazon became the global powerhouse it is today, he was driven by a singular vibration: expansion. He didn't focus on fear or risk. He vibrated with the frequency of possibility. He stayed loyal to his vision even when results weren't visible. That's what you must do. Hold the vibration of abundance long enough for reality to catch up. Because it always does. Everything you've ever manifested, good or bad, was drawn to you by vibration. The good news is that vibration can be changed in an instant. The moment you shift your focus from fear to gratitude, from lack to abundance, the field reorganizes. It listens immediately. It doesn't take months or years for energy to respond. The delay you experience is simply the time it takes for matter to rearrange around your new signal. But the energetic shift happens now, right here, in this moment. So, begin today. Speak to your money with love, not fear. Think about opportunities instead of problems. Visualize yourself already living in abundance. Feel the emotions of freedom, generosity, and expansion. That vibration will ripple through the quantum field and begin magnetizing everything you need to experience it in physical form. Because you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe expressing itself through thought, feeling, and focus. And when your vibration becomes clear, your wealth becomes inevitable. Topic 3. The prosperity frequency. How to tune your mind to abundance every day. Prosperity is not a coincidence. It's a frequency, a specific vibration of thought and emotion that you can tune into, just as surely as you can tune a radio. Every morning, before you open your eyes, you are standing in front of an infinite field of possibilities. In that instant between sleep and wakefulness, your mind hasn't yet chosen a channel. Will you tune into scarcity, or will you tune into abundance? That single energetic decision determines the flow of your entire day. The most successful people on the planet understand this principle intuitively. They don't start their day scrolling through problems. They start it calibrating their vibration. Oprah Winfrey has spoken for years about beginning each morning in gratitude. Warren Buffett plays the ukulele and smiles before breakfast. Richard Branson meditates or surfs. These rituals aren't hobbies, they're energetic alignments. Each action sets their frequency to joy, creativity, and receptivity before the world makes any demands. They are broadcasting abundance long before results appear. Here's the truth. Your dominant morning vibration becomes your compass. If you wake up worrying about bills, comparing yourself to others, or replaying yesterday's failures, you're transmitting scarcity. The quantum field, which never judges and never delays, reflects that same energy back. You'll meet people who reinforce your doubts. You'll notice lack instead of opportunity. You'll attract small versions of what you could have had simply because your vibration was small. But if you begin your day by deliberately aligning with gratitude, success, and peace, everything starts to shift. You don't just hope for good things, you expect them, and expectation is a frequency too. Quantum physics tells us that coherent energy, energy that moves in harmony, creates order in chaotic systems. When your mind and emotions are coherent, you generate a steady signal of prosperity. That's why people who live from joy and purpose often seem lucky. They aren't manipulating life, they're matching it. Their energy field is ordered, so reality organizes around them. You've felt this before. The days when everything flows easily, when ideas come effortlessly, when you meet the right person at the right time. That isn't random. That's resonance. Training yourself to hold this frequency begins with awareness. Catch yourself when your thoughts spiral into fear or limitation. Pause and breathe. Ask, what am I broadcasting right now? Then, consciously shift the signal. Replace worry with gratitude, frustration with curiosity, doubt with faith. In that instant, your vibration changes, and so does your reality. Small shifts practiced daily compound into enormous transformations. That's how wealthy minds are built, one conscious vibration at a time. Think about the early days of Apple. Steve Jobs was obsessed with beauty and simplicity. He believed that elegance was not a luxury, but a frequency of excellence. That belief vibrated through his entire company. Designers, engineers, marketers, all tuned themselves to that same frequency. The result wasn't just innovation, it was prosperity in motion. The clearer your frequency, the more the universe amplifies it. But tuning in isn't a one-time act. It's a daily discipline. Your vibration is like a musical instrument. It drifts out of tune when neglected. Negative news, stress, and comparison can lower it within minutes. That's why consistent rituals are crucial. Start your day with silence or meditation. Speak affirmations not as empty words, but as commands to the quantum field. Move your body, breathe deeply, visualize wealth circulating through your life. These practices raise your internal frequency until abundance becomes your default setting, not a goal you chase. Even your environment vibrates. Look around your home or workspace. Is it cluttered, chaotic, or lifeless? Energy stagnates where attention is absent. Clear your space, and you clear your mind. Surround yourself with symbols of prosperity, not material excess, but reminders of flow and gratitude. Light, order, beauty, and harmony are all forms of high-frequency energy. When you create external coherence, internal coherence follows. Faith plays a crucial role here. Faith isn't blind hope, it's vibrational certainty. When you believe that the universe is benevolent and that abundance is natural, your energy field relaxes. You stop forcing and start allowing. That openness invites miracles because the quantum field loves freedom. The wealthiest people are not the most controlling. They're the most trusting. They've learned that surrender is not weakness. It's alignment. So, how do you maintain that state throughout the day? By returning to it whenever you drift. When frustration arises, pause. When fear whispers, breathe. When doubt appears, smile and say, I know who I am. That single affirmation re-anchors you to your prosperity frequency. Over time, this becomes effortless. You start to notice that abundance no longer feels like something you attract. It feels like something you are. You move through life with quiet confidence, and money, opportunities, and people respond instinctively to that energy. There's a saying in quantum mysticism: the universe is not giving you what you want, it's giving you who you are. That's the essence of the prosperity frequency. When you are abundance, you cannot not attract abundance. When you are gratitude, life gives you more to be grateful for. When you are faith, doors open before you knock. It's a frequency of being, not doing. Every great fortune began as an invisible vibration. Before Amazon was a trillion-dollar company, it existed as a vibration in Jeff Bezos' imagination. Before The Secret became a global phenomenon, Rhonda Byrne tuned herself to the belief that positive thinking could change the world. Before you manifest the wealth you desire, you must tune yourself to it. Mentally, emotionally, energetically. Do it daily, consistently, joyfully. Because the frequency of prosperity is always broadcasting. The only question is, are you listening? Topic 4. The power of belief. Rewiring the subconscious mind for limitless wealth. If your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, then your bank account is a mirror of your beliefs. Not your hopes, not your wishes, not your intentions. Your beliefs. Because beliefs are programs that run beneath consciousness, quietly creating the blueprint of your reality. You can think all the positive thoughts in the world, but if deep down you still believe you're not worthy of wealth, your subconscious will reject prosperity every time it approaches. It's not personal, it's programming. From childhood, you were surrounded by invisible lessons about money. Maybe you heard phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or we can't afford that. Those words sank deep into your subconscious, forming emotional associations with lack, guilt, and struggle. Without realizing it, you learn to equate money with stress or morality. You began to feel that wealth must be earned through exhaustion or sacrifice. And because your subconscious mind's job is to keep you safe, it continues to recreate those familiar emotional states, even when you consciously want something better. The subconscious doesn't care about logic. It only responds to repetition and emotion. It doesn't know the difference between what is true and what is vividly imagined. That's why visualization and affirmation, when done with emotion, are so powerful. You're literally reprogramming your inner software. When you imagine yourself abundant and feel it deeply, your subconscious begins to accept that as reality. It starts to attract opportunities and ideas aligned with that new belief. It's not magic, it's neurology. The brain rewires itself based on experience, and the subconscious mind doesn't wait for external proof. It believes what you tell it consistently. Look at how successful people treat their beliefs as sacred assets. They guard them carefully. Elon Musk believes in the possibility of the impossible, that humans can colonize Mars, that cars can run on clean energy, that innovation has no limit. That belief is his currency. It draws visionaries, investors, and collaborators who share that vibration. Oprah Winfrey believes in divine order, that everything in her life is unfolding for her growth and purpose. That belief allows her to stay calm in chaos and magnetic in purpose. Belief is wealth in energetic form. You see, your beliefs determine your behavior, and your behavior reinforces your beliefs. If you believe money is hard to earn, you act with tension and scarcity. You make decisions based on fear, and fear repels opportunities. But when you believe money flows easily through creativity, service, and alignment, you act with openness and confidence. You attract collaborations, ideas, and timing that match that belief. You move differently, speak differently, decide differently. The world mirrors your conviction. This is why fake it till you make it works. But not because you're pretending. It works because by acting as if you already are wealthy, you're reconditioning the subconscious mind to expect that state. An expectation is a powerful creative force. The mind always seeks to prove its dominant beliefs right. If you expect abundance, your brain becomes a magnet for evidence of it. You'll notice possibilities you used to overlook. You'll hear opportunities in conversations that others ignore. You'll find synchronicities, those magical coincidences that are really just quantum alignment in motion. Neuroscientists call this the reticular activating system, a network in your brainstem that filters information. Out of billions of bits of data available each second, your mind only shows you what confirms your beliefs. If you believe opportunities are everywhere, your brain filters for them. If you believe you're unlucky, it filters them out. That's how powerful belief is. It shapes what you perceive and therefore what you can receive. To rewire your subconscious for limitless wealth, repetition is key. You must saturate your mind with new beliefs until they overwrite the old ones. Create a ritual of mental programming. Write affirmations that resonate with truth, not fantasy. Money flows easily to me because I create value effortlessly. Wealth is a reflection of my energy and purpose. Abundance is my natural state. Speak them with feeling, not as words, but as vibrations. The more emotion you attach, the faster the subconscious accepts the command. Visualization amplifies this process. Spend time each day imagining your life of prosperity, not someday, but now. See the details, feel the gratitude, smell the success. The subconscious cannot resist vivid emotion. If you can see it and feel it as real, the mind must eventually reconcile that image with physical reality. That's why Olympic athletes visualize winning long before competition. They are training their nervous system to expect victory. You must train your nervous system to expect abundance. Faith is the bridge between belief and manifestation. Faith is holding the frequency of truth before evidence appears. When you believe in wealth but still doubt its arrival, the vibration becomes scattered. But when you anchor yourself in faith, calm, steady, unshakable faith, your vibration becomes laser-focused. The quantum field responds immediately. It must, because the field always matches coherence. Think about Henry Ford. Everyone told him his idea of a mass-produced automobile was absurd. He ignored them. He said, Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That single statement reveals the essence of belief. Belief is the architect of reality. The mind creates what it expects, and when the subconscious is aligned with conviction, no external circumstance can override it. Your task is to make abundance your subconscious default, to think wealth the way you breathe, automatically, effortlessly, without resistance. Start noticing how often you contradict abundance with phrases like, "I can't afford that," or "money never lasts." And stop declaring scarcity into existence. Replace those phrases with statements of power. Money is circulating through me constantly. Every dollar I spend returns multiplied. Over time, your subconscious accepts these as facts. When that happens, wealth stops being something you pursue. It becomes something you live. And here's the miracle. The moment your beliefs align with abundance, the universe rushes to confirm them. Unexpected income appears. Old debts clear easily. New ideas flow. People mention opportunities at just the right time. You'll call it coincidence until you realize it's coherence. The field is simply reflecting your upgraded belief system. So remember this. The richest soil for prosperity isn't found in markets, jobs, or investments. It's found in your mind. Nurture it. Guard it. Plant beliefs that empower you. Because once your subconscious truly believes you are abundant, nothing, not circumstances, not setbacks, not economy, can make you poor again. Topic 5. Emotional alignment. Turning gratitude and joy into magnetic energy for wealth. If thought is the signal that sends your intention into the universe, then emotion is the magnet that draws it back to you. Emotion is energy in motion, the invisible current that either propels wealth toward you or pushes it away. And among all emotions, gratitude and joy are the highest frequencies of attraction. When you live in those states, you become a walking magnet for prosperity. Quantum physics has already revealed that everything vibrates. But few realize that emotion is vibration made personal. It's how the universe feels through you. Every time you feel joy, appreciation, excitement, or love, your electromagnetic field expands. Your body emits measurable frequencies that can influence matter itself. Scientists at the HeartMath Institute have proven that your heart's magnetic field extends several feet beyond your body and changes depending on how you feel. When you're frustrated or fearful, that field becomes erratic. But when you feel gratitude or compassion, it becomes smooth, coherent, and powerful. In that coherent state, your entire being, mind, body, and energy is in harmony with abundance. That's why gratitude isn't just being thankful. It's a vibrational command to the quantum field. When you express genuine gratitude for what you already have, you tell the universe, "I'm abundant now." And because the universe always matches frequency, it delivers more experiences that justify your gratitude. Gratitude multiplies reality. It's not just polite, it's magnetic. Think of it this way. You can't tune to the frequency of abundance while complaining about what's missing. You can't attract wealth while focusing on debt. You can't welcome opportunities while dwelling in fear. The universe doesn't respond to words. It responds to vibration. And the vibration of gratitude is identical to the vibration of wealth. When you feel thankful before the evidence arrives, you've already become the frequency of prosperity. You are rehearsing wealth energetically, and soon, the physical world catches up. Let's look at Oprah Winfrey again. She attributes much of her success to her daily gratitude practice. For decades, she has written down 5 things she's grateful for every night, no matter how small. She once said, "If you only focus on what you don't have, you'll never have enough. But if you focus on what you have, you'll end up having more." That's not philosophy, that's quantum law. Gratitude focuses your energy on abundance, and what you focus on expands. Joy is the next level. Joy is gratitude in motion, the celebration of being alive, of knowing that you are in harmony with the flow of creation. Joy doesn't depend on outcomes. It's not, "I'll be happy when I get rich." It's, "I'm happy now because I know wealth is inevitable." That's emotional mastery. That's what separates magnetic people from the rest. They choose joy before circumstances justify it. And because joy is the purest form of alignment, it accelerates manifestation faster than any strategy or plan. Take Richard Branson, for example. His energy is contagious. He radiates playfulness and curiosity in everything he does. from business ventures to space exploration. That energy attracts the right people, the right ideas, and the right timing. Joy is his strategy. He doesn't chase wealth, he plays with it. He vibrates at the frequency of fun, and the universe mirrors it with expansion. You can begin practicing emotional alignment right now. Start with gratitude. Every morning list 3 things you're grateful for, not mechanically, but with real feeling. Feel your heart expand as you acknowledge them. Then, imagine your future wealth as if it's already here. Feel gratitude for it now. Visualize paying off debts, traveling, helping others, or living in freedom. And feel the emotional reality of that scene. When you do, you are transmitting to the quantum field. This is my frequency. The field responds instantly, rearranging matter to match your vibration. Emotion also communicates directly with your subconscious mind. You can tell yourself you deserve abundance, but if your emotional state says otherwise, your subconscious won't believe it. That's why emotional practice is essential. Each time you feel gratitude, you override old programs of lack. You teach your subconscious that safety, joy, and prosperity coexist. You literally rewire your nervous system to expect good things. Neuroscience supports this. When you feel gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals. These neurochemicals reinforce new neural pathways of happiness and confidence. Over time, your brain becomes addicted to positivity rather than stress. That shift creates new behaviors. You speak differently, decide differently, and attract differently. Joy changes your biology, and biology changes your destiny. Even companies understand this principle. Google's founders built a culture of positivity and curiosity, not just profit. They knew that innovation flows from joy, not pressure. Their offices were designed to evoke playfulness, creativity, and gratitude, emotional states that align with expansion. The result? A multi-billion-dollar empire powered by coherence, not chaos. When emotion is aligned, prosperity becomes natural. But emotional alignment requires consistency. You can't practice gratitude once and expect miracles. You must cultivate it daily, especially when life feels challenging. True gratitude is tested when nothing seems to be working. That's when your vibration matters most. Anyone can be grateful when money flows easily. The real power lies in being grateful before results appear, because that's when you prove your faith. And faith, sustained through gratitude, bends reality. Here's the secret. You don't need to feel joy all the time. You just need to return to it faster. When fear arises, acknowledge it, breathe through it, and return to gratitude. When doubt whispers, smile and say, "I've already won." Those tiny shifts restore coherence. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, gratitude and joy become your baseline frequency, your emotional home. And when that happens, money, opportunities, and synchronicities begin appearing with effortless precision. The wealth you seek isn't hiding in strategy, it's hiding in your emotional state. The more you align with joy, the more you magnetize. The more grateful you are, the more the universe gives you reasons to be grateful. You are the transmitter. You are the magnet. You are the miracle. When you live in gratitude and joy, the field recognizes you as one of its own. It whispers, "Here's someone who remembers how creation works." And then, quietly, gracefully, and inevitably, it delivers the wealth that matches your vibration. Topic 6. Faith and frequency. Trusting the unseen. Forces that create prosperity. Faith is the invisible bridge between the world you see and the world you're creating. It's the energetic connector that links thought to manifestation, vibration to reality. Most people believe faith belongs only to religion, but faith is not about theology. Faith is physics. It's the unwavering coherence of energy that holds a vibration steady long enough for matter to form around it. Without faith, your vibration flickers, and the quantum field can't organize itself. With faith, the unseen becomes inevitable. When you set an intention to earn more, to expand, to prosper, you're sending a signal into the field. But that signal doesn't instantly materialize. There's a gap between vibration and manifestation, and that gap is where most people lose their power. They start strong, believing in possibilities, but the moment results delay, they collapse into doubt. That doubt scrambles the frequency. It's like turning a radio dial back and forth. The music never comes through clearly because the signal keeps changing. Faith is holding the frequency no matter what. Look at any great success story, and you'll find unwavering faith at its core. Think of Walt Disney. Long before Disneyland existed, he walked across an empty stretch of orange groves in California and told his brother, "I see it, right here." His team thought he was delusional. Banks refused to lend. Investors called him unrealistic. But he held the vision. He believed so completely in the unseen that reality had no choice but to catch up. That's not coincidence. That's the quantum field obeying coherence. His faith was a frequency, and the universe matched it. Quantum physics confirms that observation collapses probability into form. Faith is sustained observation, the art of holding focus in one direction until energy crystallizes into experience. The field doesn't care about timing, it only responds to consistency. When your mind and emotions stay locked on the vibration of success, you create gravitational pull. Opportunities begin orbiting your energy. Synchronicities multiply. The invisible forces rearrange themselves to support your conviction. It looks miraculous from the outside, but it's the natural law of resonance. Faith is not blind optimism. It's awareness of how creation works. When you understand that energy precedes matter, you no longer panic when results take time. You realize that every thought, every act of trust, every moment of gratitude is rearranging the particles of your reality. You stop reacting to what's missing and start reinforcing what's becoming. That state of calm certainty is power. It's wealth in motion. Even the most analytical minds use faith. Think of Jeff Bezos. Before Amazon became profitable, he spent years trusting an invisible outcome. He didn't have evidence. He had energy. He said, "We are willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time." That's faith, not in chance, but in alignment. The same applies to investors, visionaries, and creators. They understand that reality bends to long-term coherence, not short-term doubt. Faith also changes your biology. When you trust, your nervous system relaxes. Stress hormones decrease, creativity increases, intuition sharpens. You become a clearer channel for inspiration. That's why ideas often come in moments of peace, not panic. Faith opens the neural circuits that connect you to higher intelligence, the source of prosperity itself. Fear closes them. The universe doesn't whisper through noise, it whispers through stillness. Faith creates that stillness. Here's the paradox. The moment you fully trust, you no longer need to control. And that's when control is given back to you. When you stop forcing outcomes, energy can flow freely. Money arrives through channels you never expected. The call you needed comes. The door you thought was closed opens effortlessly. Why? Because your vibration is no longer blocking the flow with anxiety. The universe can finally deliver what was always waiting. Faith removes friction. Look at Oprah Winfrey again. She often says, "I trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should." That's not passivity, it's alignment. Her faith acts as a stabilizing field around her life. When challenges arise, she doesn't panic, she recalibrates. She knows the field rearranges through emotion, not fear. That level of trust turns obstacles into catalysts and setbacks into setups for success. Faith doesn't mean pretending problems don't exist. It means acknowledging them without lowering your vibration. It means holding gratitude while chaos swirls. It means saying, "Even now, I know abundance is forming." That frequency of trust keeps your energy coherent when others crumble. And the longer you hold coherence, the faster your new reality stabilizes. There's a deeper beauty in this truth. The universe tests your vibration before it amplifies it. When things seem uncertain, it's not punishment, it's calibration. The field is asking, will you hold faith or will you fall back into fear? The moment you stay steady, even once, something shifts permanently inside you. You become a match for miracles. Faith, at its highest expression, is creative authority. It's the realization that you are the observer shaping matter, not the victim of circumstance. It's looking at an empty bank account and saying, "This is temporary because my frequency is eternal." It's walking through uncertainty as if it were already resolved. It's smiling at the invisible because you know it's already real. When you live like that, reality becomes fluid. Money flows easily. Solutions appear before you need them. People feel your confidence and align with it. The quantum field recognizes the vibration of faith because it's the same vibration that holds galaxies together: coherence, stability, order. The same intelligence that organizes the stars is organizing your success. So, practice faith deliberately. Speak to the unseen with gratitude. Celebrate progress before it's visible. Hold your vibration steady even when no one else understands. Because the moment you truly trust the process, the moment you release control, the universe rushes in to prove that you were never waiting for abundance. Abundance was waiting for you. Topic 7. The energy of action. How inspired steps amplify quantum results. Action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the link between energy and experience. The universe responds to vibration, but it expresses through movement. You can meditate, visualize, and affirm wealth endlessly. But until your vibration takes form as action, your frequency remains potential. Manifestation is not about sitting still and waiting. It's about acting in harmony with the energy you've already aligned with. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions resonate as one, you become unstoppable. Most people act from fear, not inspiration. They take action to avoid loss instead of to express abundance. That's why their effort feels heavy, draining, and forced. When your energy is low, every step forward feels like pushing a rock uphill. You're trying to create from scarcity, from a vibration of lack, and that energy multiplies itself. But when your action springs from joy, faith, and excitement, it carries quantum momentum. You move effortlessly. The right people appear. Doors open before you knock. Your energy leads, and the universe follows. This is what separates inspired action from forced action. Inspired action doesn't come from anxiety or logic. It comes from intuition. It's that sudden feeling, that inner nudge, that quiet voice saying, "Do this now." It might not make sense in the moment, but it feels expansive, light, and alive. That's the universe guiding you through frequency. The quantum field is a living intelligence. It speaks through inspiration, coincidence, and impulse. When you're aligned vibrationally, you hear its instructions clearly, and when you follow them without resistance, results appear with astonishing speed. Think about Steve Jobs. His entire career was guided by intuition. He once said, "Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become." That statement is pure quantum truth. Intuition is your energetic GPS. It reads the field long before logic does. It senses opportunity before evidence appears. And when you trust it, you act in harmony with the flow of abundance, not against it. Quantum physics teaches that energy expands in the direction of attention and coherence. When you combine focused intention with aligned action, you collapse probabilities into outcomes much faster. Action gives structure to energy. It's like directing electricity through a wire. It channels raw power into useful form. That's why ideas alone are never enough. You can know every principle of prosperity, but without motion, the current has nowhere to flow. Walt Disney embodied this principle beautifully. When everyone told him Disneyland was impossible, he didn't argue. He built the model, drew the plans, pitched the dream again and again. His vibration of joy turned into inspired action. He didn't wait for perfect conditions. He created them. And that persistence, powered by faith, magnetized the support he needed. Every act he took sent another pulse of coherent energy into the field, until reality had no choice but to align. Action is faith in motion. Here's what most people misunderstand. You don't act to prove your worth or to force results. You act to express your alignment. You take steps not because you doubt the universe, but because you trust it. Each inspired move says, "I believe the path is unfolding." And it always is. The difference is that inspired action feels light. It energizes you. It expands you. Even when it's challenging, it feels right, like a current pulling you forward. Forced action, on the other hand, drains you. It's driven by fear of missing out, by guilt, by pressure. That energy repels abundance, no matter how much effort you invest. Action taken from joy carries exponential power. When your frequency is high, time bends. You achieve more in a week of inspired work than in months of forced labor. You attract the right clients, ideas, and opportunities almost magnetically. That's why billionaires like Richard Branson say, "Business should be fun." They understand that joy isn't a distraction. It's the frequency of expansion. When you do what excites your soul, the universe floods you with energy and momentum. The science supports this. When you act with enthusiasm and confidence, your body releases dopamine and adrenaline, the chemistry of creation. Your brain enters a state called flow, where effort disappears, creativity peaks, and intuition sharpens. In flow, you're in perfect harmony with the quantum field. You're not thinking, you're being guided. You're no longer the doer. You're the channel through which prosperity expresses itself. Inspired action also activates synchronicity, those impossible coincidences that appear once you're aligned. You make a call, and the exact person you needed answers. You launch a project, and the right investor shows up. You decide to attend an event and meet someone who changes your life. That's not random luck. That's resonance. The field responds to momentum. It meets you halfway the moment you move. Elon Musk once said, "If something is important enough, you should try, even if the odds are against you." That's a declaration of alignment, not arrogance. It's acting from inner truth, not from external validation. He didn't wait for permission to innovate. He acted because his vibration demanded expression. That's how quantum creation works, not through perfection, but through movement. Energy cannot flow through stagnation. The universe rewards momentum. To live in this state, practice asking your intuition simple questions each morning. What feels aligned today? What excites me most right now? Where do I feel expansion? Then, trust the first feeling that arises. Don't overanalyze. The field communicates through sensation, not spreadsheets. If a thought feels expansive, it's guidance. If it feels constrictive, it's resistance. Follow what feels open. That is inspired action in its purest form. Every step you take in alignment multiplies your energy. Each small action signals the universe, "I'm ready." The field responds instantly, matching your frequency with people, ideas, and circumstances that accelerate your journey. The more consistently you move with joy and faith, the more effortless manifestation becomes. You'll notice that the line between thought and reality grows thinner. You think, you act, and results appear, almost simultaneously. Action is the language through which faith speaks. It's the embodiment of belief. When you act from inspiration, you declare to the universe, "I know abundance is mine, and I'm walking toward it." That single statement, expressed through behavior, triggers an avalanche of aligned energy. So remember this: the universe doesn't reward hard work. It rewards harmonic work. It rewards coherence, joy, and purpose expressed through motion. You are a co-creator, not a spectator. The field is listening. The moment you take one inspired step, it takes 1,000 toward you. Move, flow, create. Because every time you act in faith, you amplify your frequency, and the world bends to match your vibration. Topic 8. The prosperity environment: how surroundings shape your wealth. Frequency: your environment is not neutral. It's a living mirror, constantly feeding energy back into your field, reinforcing your thoughts and emotions in ways you might not even notice. Every object you keep, every word you hear, every person you allow close, all of it carries a vibration that either expands your prosperity frequency or constricts it. If you want to attract money effortlessly, you must live in an environment that speaks the same language as abundance. Quantum physics reminds us that everything vibrates and that all energy is connected. That means your surroundings are an extension of your inner frequency. The space you live in, the conversations you have, the sounds you listen to, even the digital content you consume, all of it entrains your vibration. When you walk into a room that feels peaceful, it's because the energy there resonates with coherence. When you enter a cluttered, tense, or chaotic space, your body feels drained because the frequency of disorder interferes with your natural rhythm. To live in prosperity, you must curate an environment that supports clarity, gratitude, and expansion. Look around your home right now. Is it a temple for abundance or a storage unit for the past? Everything in your physical space tells a story about your beliefs. That stack of unpaid bills on the desk might be silently broadcasting scarcity. The broken item you've been meaning to fix for months may be radiating stagnation. The clothes you never wear, the papers you no longer need, they hold the vibration of delay, not movement. Energy stagnates where attention is absent, and when energy stagnates, prosperity slows. The first step to raising your wealth frequency is clearing space. Order is the architecture of abundance. Successful people understand this intuitively. Oprah Winfrey once said that she never keeps anything in her home that doesn't have meaning or beauty. She knows that space reflects energy, and energy attracts experience. The clearer the space, the clearer the signal. That's why billionaires often work in minimalist offices, not because they love white walls, but because they value mental clarity. Steve Jobs' workspace was famously simple: a lamp, a chair, and a vision. The environment supported deep focus, and focus is frequency. It's not just physical clutter that affects you. Emotional and social clutter matter too. Pay attention to the people in your life. Are they expanding your vibration or shrinking it? Do they talk about growth, ideas, and gratitude, or gossip, fear, and lack? The energy of those around you either amplifies or cancels your signal. When you spend time with people who think abundantly, your frequency rises naturally. That's why they say, your income is the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's not superstition, it's resonance. You absorb the vibration of your environment. Consider your digital environment too. Every video, song, and post you consume imprints your subconscious. If your feed is filled with negativity, complaints, and scarcity, you're bathing your mind in low-frequency energy. Replace it with content that uplifts, educates, and inspires. The Success and Prosperity Code channel exists for that reason, to reprogram your frequency through words, imagery, and emotion. What you see, hear, and repeat daily becomes your energetic diet, and your wealth depends on the quality of that diet. Nature also plays a vital role in calibrating your frequency. The natural world vibrates at a pure, balanced resonance. When you walk near trees, oceans, or mountains, your energy synchronizes with the Earth's coherence. That's why the world's most creative minds, from Einstein to Branson, retreat to nature when solving big problems. They know that silence and beauty amplify intuition. In nature, you can hear the universe whisper. Your nervous system relaxes, your mind clears, and your frequency resets to abundance. Creating a prosperity environment is about intentional design. Light is energy. Open your windows, let the sun in. Music is frequency. Play sounds that make you feel powerful. Scents influence memory and mood. Use fragrances that evoke clarity and luxury. Surround yourself with symbols that represent the life you are manifesting. A photo of a place you want to visit, a vision board, or a single elegant item that makes you feel abundant. These aren't decorations. They're energetic anchors. They keep your frequency aligned with your desired reality. Energy flows where attention goes. When you treat your environment with love, it begins to love you back. Clean not from obligation, but from intention. Every act of organization becomes a declaration. I am preparing space for more abundance to arrive. You'll notice something beautiful happen. Your creativity expands. Your mood lifts. Opportunities appear effortlessly. The universe recognizes order as readiness. Even companies use this principle. Visit the headquarters of Apple, Google, or Tesla, and you'll feel it. Open, light-filled spaces, colors chosen to evoke innovation, areas designed for rest and inspiration. These environments are physical manifestations of the vibrations they wish to sustain: curiosity, expansion, and excellence. Prosperity isn't an afterthought there. It's built into the walls. If your environment currently feels heavy or chaotic, don't judge it. Shift it. Start small. Clean one drawer, clear one corner, change one picture. Energy responds instantly to intention. As your outer world becomes lighter, your inner world follows. The quantum field begins to mirror that new coherence, sending you fresh ideas, resources, and opportunities. The flow of money quickens because the flow of energy has been restored. Remember, the law of resonance doesn't stop at the boundaries of your body. You are constantly exchanging energy with your surroundings. When your home, your workspace, and your relationships vibrate in harmony with your vision, life becomes smooth, effortless, and abundant. The universe flows where coherence resides. So today, ask yourself, does my environment match the frequency of the future I desire? If not, elevate it. Make your space a sanctuary for success. Let every corner, every sound, every color remind you of who you are becoming: prosperous, peaceful, powerful. Because the truth is simple. When your environment vibrates with abundance, you can't help but attract it. The world rearranges to meet the vibration you live in. Your surroundings are not just background. They are part of your quantum blueprint. Curate them with intention, and they'll turn into silent partners in your prosperity. Topic 9. The Prosperity Flow: How Giving, Generosity, and Circulation Multiply Wealth. There's a secret that every truly wealthy person knows, a secret that separates those who accumulate money from those who live in continuous abundance. That secret is circulation. Money is not meant to be hoarded. It's meant to flow. Energy that stops moving begins to decay. The same is true of water, of air, of love, and of money. The wealthiest people on earth understand that money is alive, that it behaves like energy, and that it thrives only when it moves through channels of generosity and purpose. At the quantum level, nothing in the universe is static. Energy is always transferring, exchanging, transforming. When you give freely, whether through money, service, kindness, or ideas, you're not losing anything. You're expanding the energetic circuit of abundance. The act of giving sends a clear message to the universe. I am abundant. I have more than enough to share. That vibration instantly aligns you with the frequency of prosperity, because abundance cannot coexist with fear. The moment you give from love, you break the energetic pattern of lack. This is why so many self-made millionaires and billionaires are generous. They give not because they're rich because they give. Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates all embody this principle. Their philanthropy isn't a side project. It's part of their prosperity vibration. They understand that wealth multiplies through flow, not stagnation. When you give with an open heart, you activate what I call the prosperity loop. Money leaves your hands, but doesn't leave your life. It circles back in new forms: opportunities, ideas, clients, friendships, synchronicities. The energy you release always returns, expanded. Quantum physics supports this. Energy responds to intention and coherence. When your act of giving is infused with joy, faith, and gratitude, that frequency ripples through the field. The universe registers your vibration as abundance in motion and mirrors it back. But when you give from fear, when you think, "I hope this comes back," the frequency collapses. True giving is detached. It's done in trust, not transaction. That purity of energy is what multiplies wealth. The spiritual masters have always taught this truth. The Bible says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." In Hindu philosophy, it's called seva, selfless service. In Buddhism, dana, generosity as a spiritual practice. In modern psychology, it's known as reciprocity. The language changes, but the vibration is eternal. Energy circulates where love leads. Every act of giving plants a seed that must eventually return as fruit. Think of money as oxygen. When you inhale, you receive. When you exhale, you give. You can't keep inhaling and expect to stay alive. The flow is life itself. When people hold on too tightly, fearing loss, they create energetic suffocation. Their vibration contracts. Money senses that tension and moves away. It's why people who are fearful about spending often attract unexpected expenses. Their vibration of fear calls for proof. But those who spend with gratitude and faith invite new streams of income to replace what was given. They trust the rhythm of the universe. Warren Buffett famously pledged to donate 99% of his fortune to humanity. He said, "If you're in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99%. That statement is more than moral wisdom. It's energetic genius. Buffett's faith in circulation ensures that abundance continues to flow through him. He's not giving away wealth. He's amplifying his resonance. The more he circulates, the stronger his prosperity field becomes. Generosity doesn't always mean giving money. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can give is your time, your attention, your encouragement. When you help someone believe in themselves, you increase their frequency, and the universe rewards you with more opportunities to do the same. Every time you uplift another person, your own energy expands. The field doesn't measure currency, it measures coherence. Even companies thrive through this principle. Think of Patagonia. They donate a portion of their profits to environmental causes. That alignment with service attracts loyal customers, dedicated employees, and a global sense of trust. The energy of giving amplifies the brand's resonance. Tesla's open patents, Google's free tools, countless small businesses, that give value before asking for a sale, all are operating through the frequency of circulation. The universe favors flow. Gratitude completes the loop. When you receive something, a compliment, a payment, an opportunity, accept it with genuine appreciation. That emotion tells the field, I am in harmony with giving and receiving. People who reject compliments or feel guilty about earning more block the flow of abundance. They unknowingly say, I'm not ready for more. Gratitude dissolves that resistance. It keeps energy moving smoothly, ensuring that prosperity never stops at you. It moves through you. To activate this law in your own life, start small but intentional. Tip generously. Give praise sincerely. Donate something you love, not something you no longer need. Invest in people, in ideas, in art, in kindness. Every act of generosity strengthens your frequency. The quantum field reads your energy and expands it. What you give from joy always returns multiplied, sometimes from the most unexpected places. Remember, hoarding is fear disguised as security. But security doesn't come from saving everything. It comes from trusting the flow. The ocean never fears running out of waves. The sun never fears running out of light. And you never need to fear running out of wealth, because wealth is energy, and you are connected to an infinite source. When you align with that truth, money flows to you, through you, and back to you in endless circulation. So, give freely, receive joyfully, trust the rhythm. When money becomes movement, it becomes music, the song of abundance. You are both the composer and the instrument. And the more you play, the more the universe dances with you. Topic 10. The quantum prosperity state, becoming the embodiment of wealth and completion. There comes a moment on every journey toward prosperity when you stop searching, stop trying, stop chasing, and start being. That's the moment everything changes. Because the final stage of attracting money effortlessly isn't about doing more. It's about becoming more. When you become the vibration of wealth itself, the universe no longer has a choice. It simply mirrors you. Prosperity stops being something you reach for and becomes something you radiate. All the principles we've explored, vibration, belief, emotion, action, gratitude, faith, and flow, lead to this state of coherence. It's what I call the quantum prosperity state, where your energy field aligns so completely with abundance that you stop asking, how do I attract money? And start knowing, I am the source of it. The outer world becomes a reflection of your inner expansion. Life bends effortlessly around your frequency. In this state, you realize that money was never the real goal. Consciousness was. Money was only the mirror through which you learned to master energy. You begin to see that every dollar, every opportunity, every success was a vibration responding to your evolution. The field was never withholding anything from you. It was simply matching your frequency in every moment. And when your vibration stabilizes in love, gratitude, and certainty, the flow of prosperity becomes infinite. Think of the most magnetic people you've ever met, those who seem to glow without trying. They walk into a room and shift its energy instantly. They don't talk about abundance. They are abundance. You can feel their peace, their certainty, their calm joy. That's coherence. That's the quantum prosperity state in human form. It's not arrogance, not entitlement, it's pure alignment with truth. That we live in an intelligent, generous universe where energy responds to consciousness. When you live in this state, money becomes an afterthought. Opportunities find you. People are drawn to your presence. Synchronicities become normal. You start to notice that your desires manifest faster, smoother, easier. Not because you're lucky, but because you've become energetically clear. You no longer emit mixed signals of wanting and doubting, hoping and fearing. Your vibration says only one thing: I am abundance. And the universe echoes back, yes, you are. Let's anchor this idea through a story. Many years ago, a young man named Jim Carrey was broke, struggling, and unknown. Yet he understood this universal law deeply. In 1990, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it 5 years into the future. He carried that check in his wallet every day, imagining with emotion that it was real. He didn't just wish, he became the version of himself who earned it. In 1995, exactly 5 years later, he received a payment of $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. That's quantum embodiment. He tuned himself to the reality he desired until it could no longer resist materializing. That's what becoming the embodiment of wealth means. You don't wait for money to make you feel abundant. You feel abundant until money arrives to prove you right. You don't act rich to impress others. You live richly in spirit to impress the universe. You don't chase opportunities. You radiate such clarity and confidence that opportunities chase you. You become a magnet, not through effort, but through frequency. And that frequency is built moment by moment. When you think thoughts of prosperity, you feed the field. When you feel gratitude, you strengthen coherence. When you act with joy, you amplify your magnetism. When you give generously, you expand the flow. When you trust completely, you become unstoppable. Every one of these choices becomes a strand of light woven into your energy field, until you're glowing with the vibration of creation itself. Quantum prosperity doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means mastering it from the inside out. You still take action, but it's aligned action. You still plan, but without fear. You still desire, but without desperation. You move through life in harmony with the same intelligence that governs galaxies. You realize that money is just one form of that intelligence expressing through you. When you bless it, circulate it, and align with it, it multiplies. When you fear it or cling to it, it retreats. Because money, like all energy, seeks freedom. Faith remains your anchor in this state. Even as wealth grows, you continue to trust the unseen. You no longer measure success by numbers, but by vibration. The true measure of prosperity becomes how peaceful you feel, how generous you are, how effortlessly you allow life to unfold. That's the paradox. The more detached you become from needing money, the more easily it flows. Detachment isn't apathy, it's mastery. It's knowing that abundance is your nature, not your prize. Look at the world's most fulfilled visionaries. People like Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra, or Richard Branson. Their wealth isn't just financial, it's vibrational. They wake up inspired, they give freely, they create endlessly. They've reached a state where creation itself is the reward. That's the essence of the quantum prosperity state. You no longer seek abundance as something external. You embody it as your normal frequency. And something extraordinary happens when you live that way. You begin to elevate others automatically. Your energy becomes contagious. People around you feel uplifted without knowing why. You start to influence not through words but through presence. You become a catalyst for prosperity in everyone you meet. That's the ultimate expression of wealth. Not having more, but expanding more light through others. The universe loves expansion, and when you expand others, it expands you. So, how do you maintain this state? By remembering who you are every single day. By grounding yourself in gratitude before anything else. By keeping your thoughts pure, your emotions steady, your actions inspired. By protecting your frequency like sacred treasure. Now you are the observer and the creator, the dreamer and the dream. When you live in that awareness, nothing feels separate anymore. You and prosperity are one continuous field of energy. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. Light radiating from your heart, spreading outward, filling your home, your city, your planet, dissolving every idea of limitation. Feel that warmth, that certainty, that infinite peace. That is the energy of abundance. That is the vibration that moves galaxies and manifests dreams. Hold it, breathe it, believe it. Because in this moment, you're not trying to attract money. You're remembering that you are wealth, conscious, creative, limitless wealth. The quantum field is responding to you right now. Every heartbeat sends out a signal. Every breath harmonizes with creation. Every thought whispers a command to the universe. I am ready. And the universe, as always, answers back with perfect precision. Then let it be so. If this message awakened something in you, if you felt even a spark of truth, hold on to it. Don't let the noise of the world pull you back into scarcity. Instead, nurture that vibration. Share this video with someone who's ready to remember their own power. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, not just to support this work, but to stay connected to a field of like-minded creators who are rewriting the frequency of the world. And as you go back into your day, Repeat this truth quietly to yourself. I am abundance. I am wealth. I am the source. Because from this moment on, you are no longer chasing prosperity. You are living it.